YouTube! Welcome to another beer review with me, Peter. The day is slowly coming to an end, and after having the beer outside earlier today, the Hefeweizen, I thought I would have another beer. So the beer for tonight, so to speak, is going to be a Danish beer, a really cheap and really good Danish beer. It's going to be the Wiibroe Imperial Stout, or Wiibroe Porter. It's actually not an Imperial Stout, it's a Baltic Porter, which essentially is a fairly heavier and more roasted porter in flavor. It's usually on more alcohol, but the alcohol in this one is 8.2%, so that's a whole lot. And Wiibroe is a old Danish brewery, which has been around since 1840, I think it was. And they are appointed by the Royal Danish Court to, that's a mark you can get, so that's because you've sold them beer, or just any kind of thing. And it's a really good beer for a small amount of money. I got some info here from the brewery's website. By the way, the brewery right now, Wiibroe, doesn't exist. It's owned by Carlsberg now, and Carlsberg brews it. Carlsberg took over the brewery in 1964. So that's a while ago, but I got some info here about the beer from the website. Since the discontinuation of Wiibroe Porter in late 2002, there has been a growing demand for this beer. In a time where there is great interest and demand on interesting beers, we found it obvious to relaunch this beer, or this porter, or Imperial Stout as rightfully named. Therefore, the porter is now coming back, brewed according to the original recipe with Wiibroe yeast and an alcohol strength of 8.2%. That's it. There is some info here as well, but that's not a lot. It's, knowers, or people who know Wiibroe's dark and full-bodied porter, calls it Denmark's best. Enjoy it as it is, or as a half and half with Wiibroe Pilsner. I've never tried that, but I've had it a couple of times, and it's only about, was it 13 kroner? No, 12 kroners I think, and that's around $2. That's really cheap, but sort of in the same league, a Baltic porter from a brewery called Tista is only 10 kroners, and that's around also $1.50 in American currency. And that's really cheap for a good beer, but let's crack it open. Crack it open. This is my new bottle opener. I've not used it yet. It's from Italia. My sister went there not too long ago, so she got me this and some Italian beers I'm going to review. But let's crack it open. Oh, this is a really bad bottle opener. And well, this bottle looks very rustic, and looks like it's from the on industrialization and all that, and beer bottle, and it's very dark green, and beer bottles in Denmark has been looking like this ever since, still does, and all beers except craft beer in Denmark, or microbreweries beers, are brewed in these kind of bottles, but usually they don't have this tinfoil thing. But let's pour it in a rustic sort of looking tumbler. Pulls really dark brown. And I'm having this around almost room temperature to get the most out of the beer. So here you have it. It's a really nice brown. It's a really brown head. And it's not a black color, it's a very dark brown, I'd say, because you get a bit of light with some reddish notes coming through at the bottom of the glass. That looks really nice. Let's check out the aroma. Smells so good. It's very roasted. There's a lot of roasted malts in here. Also, some coffee. A lot of time, so I know what to expect. But definitely the roasted malts and coffee. Then some dark fruits. Sort of an aroma like it's burnt. smells really good. Let's dig in, give it a taste. It's really good. This is a really good beer that is very cheap. If you ever come to Denmark, it's only sold in Denmark. If you ever come to Denmark, you gotta buy this, try it, and the Wiibroe Imperial Stout. For a beer this cheap, it is really, really amazing. Flavors. Mouthfeel, first off, it's very thick and very, very creamy, sort of an oily mouthfeel. It's very roasted in flavor, but also they're quite sweet. Sweet malt. When you first sip it, there's a tiny amount of hops actually. It's starting to generate some pretty awesome lacing. Also that burnt, like charcoaly flavor. Also some chocolate actually in the finish. Bit of chocolate. Coffee, most definitely coffee. There is maybe a smoky, no, not a smoky note, no. But very roasted, a lot of coffee. It's really good and really thick. Rating wise, again, look at that lacing. That's pretty awesome. Rating wise, this is getting a 90. This is a really, really good Baltic porter. Unfortunately, they do not distribute outside of Denmark, so you can only get it if you're a Dane. But you gotta check it out if you ever come to Denmark, because this is a really good beer. But some people on here might have had it. If you have, let me know what you think. And there it is for you. And a 90 for the Wiibroe Imperial Stout, which is a Baltic porter. And cheers guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like my videos and check out my other videos. And cheers. And I'll see you in the next beer review.